In this video, it seems like Mr. Filch from Harry Potter has fallen on hard times. Now, this guy spent a significant amount of time behind bars before this incident. He wasn't out very long at all before he finds himself back behind bars again. So check out this short court video and let me know what you think.
Good morning, Mr. Gage.
Morning.
Mr. Gage, I have a complaint here for you. It's in 2 counts. Count 1 of that complaint alleges that you committed the Class D felony of tampering in the 1st degree in that on or about July 27th of 2022 in Newton County, you knowingly and without the consent of the owner unlawfully operated an automobile, namely a blue SUV. Count 2 of that same complaint alleges that you committed the Class D felony of possession of a controlled substance in that on or about that same date, time, and place, you knowingly possessed dextroamphetamine, a controlled substance, knowing of its presence and nature. Do you understand what you're being accused of?
No, not exactly, because I wasn't in possession of no automobile. I was a passenger in the passenger seat. The man driving the car, last name of Carter. When they pulled us over, he gave me a driver's license. I have no idea about the car.
All right, Mr. Gage. Mr. Gage, let me stop you for a second. First off, you have the right to remain silent. I have to advise you that anything you say might be used against you in court. But second, I'm not asking you if you're guilty or not. I'm just asking you if you understand what they're saying you did. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to show that you entered a plea of not guilty to both of the offenses in the complaint, but they are felonies, and you're going to need to have an attorney. Can you afford to hire one?
No, ma'am.
Have you already filled out and turned in a public defender application?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I will, let's see. Looks like your bail has been set at $10,000 surety, which means it would take $1,000 to a bondsman to get you out. Are you going to be able to make that?
No, ma'am.
And have you been in trouble before?
I just got out of prison in Oklahoma. I'm homeless.
What for?
Excuse me?
What for?
Robbery with a weapon back in 2001. I served about 21 and a half years flat.
Wow. Mr. Cross, what's the state's position as to Mr. Gage's bail?
Judge, the state would oppose any reduction or modification of his bond. The officer Housley from Seneca Police Department actually saw Mr. Gage driving the vehicle, and Mr. Gage was known to Officer Housley to be suspended. So he started to follow them. He then pulled into Big Daddy's, and the passenger, Mr. Jones, and the defendant switched places. So we have the officer knowingly saw Mr. Gage driving the vehicle, and then there were drugs found in the vehicle after they were stopped. The registered owner is a Miss Atchley. We have not had contact with her yet. We just have her name in the PC affidavit. So before we reduce the bond, we would ask that it be set for a hearing so we could at least contact her and find out what her opinion is.
Are you on parole, Mr. Lamb? Or not Lamb, I'm sorry, Mr. Gage.
No, ma'am. I discharged.
Okay. And you do not have a residence right now?
No, ma'am. I'm homeless. I need my psych meds. I've been doing really bad.
Okay. So, Mr. Gage, I'm going to leave your bail where it is today. I'll set it for a bond reduction hearing next Monday at 9 o'clock, and we'll talk about it then. Hopefully, you'll have an attorney by then, okay?
For $1,000 to get out?
Yes, sir. Christopher Lamb, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tend not to want to interrupt these videos because they're a little bit shorter and just for a little bit of fun. Now, what happened to this guy is no fun. He's been in jail for a very long time, but he's no saint. And it seems like maybe he's a recidivist or maybe he's institutionalized. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Now, this next lady wants to do a bit of haggling with the judge. She's playing it very cool altogether. So she got a fine and wants to go on a deferral program. But since she got that fine, she's gotten another one, and she wants to know if that'll affect her getting the deferral program from today. Let's see how it goes.
Good afternoon, Ms. Brandenburg. Afternoon.
So we're here on a allegation of failure to renew tabs, and it's a contested hearing. I do want to point out before we begin the hearing that you are eligible for a deferral of this. What that would entail is a flat $150 fine, down from the original of $231. If you have no new moving violations in the next 12 months, it would be dismissed, meaning it would not be turned over to your insurance company nor the Department of Licensing. So all of that being said, if you want to defer the ticket, we can do that. If you'd rather have me swear you in, proceed with the contested hearing, we can do that. So I'll ask you how you want to proceed at this time.
I would like to continue with the contested hearing.
Okay, so if you just raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth under penalty of perjury in this proceeding to the best of your ability?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And like I said, I do have the officer's narrative here in front of me with respect to the expired tab. So I'll hear from you as to what you want me to know at this point.
Okay, so I actually didn't mean to do contested hearing. My tags are expired, so that is the thing. So is there a way to like go about this as a mitigation?
Yes.
Okay.
And so basically, to some degree, the deferral program would be a mitigation. It would lower the fine, but would also keep it off your driving record if you have no moving violations subsequent to this one for the next 12 months, which is what I had offered you at the beginning.
Yes. If I was to defer this this ticket now, but had already gotten another one, would that change anything, or like from that one forward?
You would have to be found to have committed an infraction subsequent from today's date, meaning in the next 12 months.
Okay.
Merely being pulled over doesn't imply you committed the infraction. It would just be an allegation until you're found to have committed it by a judge.
Okay, cool. Actually, yeah, then I'll defer it.
Okay. So I'm filling out that document now. I see you have an address in Longview, it looks like, on 19th.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll need you to do one of two things in the next 7 days. So the next week, either go onto the district court clerk's website and fill out the application for a deferral of an infraction, or you can come to the second floor of the Hall of Justice and fill it out in person at the clerk's office. But I'll need one of those two to happen in the next 7 days. I'm going to mail this out to you. You should receive it later this week. The $150 is due 60 days from today's date, or there's instructions on this document how to extend those payments out should you want to do that.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about any of that?
I do not. Thank you.
Okay, very good. With that sent out to you, just make sure you get the application sent in, and then you should be good to go.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep, you have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of people hire lawyers just to make sure that they're not missing anything obvious here. It would have been a total waste of time for her to go on this program to then later find out that that fine will cause an issue for her. So well done to her for checking that out. Hopefully she'll stay out of trouble from now on. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sláinte.